Good afternoon, students. Welcome to Scholars Universal School online class. And the subject we'll be taking now is basic technology. Another basic technology, the topic we'll be treating is uses and care of metal and tools. That is, the uses and the care of the tools made with metal. So, table of contents. What we'll be treating on these topics? All of these topics are number one, metalwork and tools. Number two, categories of metalwork and tools. And the third and the last is the uses of metalwork and tools. So metal and tools are simply defined as group of tools required to make metal products. It's as simple and direct. They are tools, they are group of tools required to make metal products. And the picture of some of them are what is displaying on the screen right now. The categories of metal and tools. We have the measuring tools, the marking out tools, the cutting tools, and the driving tools. These are basically the four processes in producing metals: measuring, marking out, cutting, and driving. And for each process, for each section, each section has its own tools. So we have the measuring tools, the marking out tools, the cutting tools, and the driving tools. And the first we'll be treating is the measuring tools. Measuring tools are instruments for measuring physical quantities such as lengths, diameters, depths, or breadths. They are used in measuring distance from a point to another. And these tools must be of high precision. That is, there must be a gradation of numbers in them. In metalwork, the measuring tools we use include steel rule, vernier calipers, micrometer screw gauges, inside and outside calipers. And some of the measuring tools are what are displayed on the screen. You have the vernier caliper, the micrometer screw gauge, the steel rule, and a tri-square. The next category we'll be discussing is the category of the marking out tools. And these tools are made from hardened steel so that they can scratch and punch into a mild steel. They are usually used with measuring tools to mark out the measured quantities. That is, after you must have measured on a metal, these tools are what we use to mark the points. From the point you started from to where you want to end, a point you need to dot, a point you need to punch. These tools are used in carrying those actions out, and they include set of scribers, tri-square, punches, and pair of dividers. And from what we can see, we can see the punches. We have a center punch, we have a dot punch. These are sets of scribers with different mouths, and we have the tri-square. All these tools are used in marking out on our metals. The next category we'll be discussing is the category of the cutting tools. And cutting tools are used in cutting, smoothing, and severing both sheets, metals, and plates of metals. When at any point in time while working on a metal and you need to cut or you need to cut a metal, these tools are available to perform the cutting and severing of sheets and plates of metals. And these tools include the hacksaw, chisels, and files. They are basically used in cutting plates of metals and sheets of metals. And we have them here. We have the hacksaw, the flat file, we have the pin file, we have files of different kinds. These are the cutting tools and they are used in cutting flat or sheet metals. The last set category of tool is the driving tools. And driving tools are the tools used for striking, chisels, and punches. As well, they are used for loosening and tightening fasteners. Whenever you need to use the punch and you need something to hit the punch so as to dot the metalwork, driving tools are employed. They are also used to loosen or tighten fasteners like the bolts, the nuts, and the screws. And they include hammers, spanners, and screwdrivers. I'm sure these tools are not new to us. We are used to them as most of us have them in our homes. And displaying on the screen now, we have an hammer, a set of screwdriver, set of spanners, and a man making use of a hammer on a metal sheet. These tools are basically used for driving, for loosening and tightening tiny fasteners on a metal. And the next segment we'll be going into now is the segment of the care and maintenance of metalwork tools. When our my tools are not in use, we have to keep them regularly. To make them last long, to make them serve us for a long time, we need to take care and maintain them properly. So the methods of caring and maintaining our metalworks are as follows. Number one, metalwork tools require regular cleaning and oiling. Any tool that can be opened or closed, that has moving parts, should be oiled regularly and should be cleaned. Number two, they should be kept in the tool boxes or hung on the wall away from dust and clamp. When your tools are not in use, keep them in the tool box or hang them on the wall to prevent them from dust and from damping. Number three, cutting of angles and sharpening of tools should be regularly. Tools that needs to be sharpened, like a file, hacksaw, should be sharpened regularly before use. What we have here is a set of tools kept in a toolbox, another one or set of tools hung on the wall to prevent dust. And we can also see a man sharpening his file to prevent it from having a blunt edge. Still under the care of our tools, we have the care of hand files, which are as follows. Do not rock or rub them together. We are not to rub two files together in the process of sharpening them. It is wrong. When keeping your hand files, keep them apart in a rack. They must not be kept together. Number three, avoid using new files on hard sandy skin of a cast. Don't use new files on a rough surface as it may cause irregularity in its edge. Never attempt to file anti-hardened steel. It will spoil or damage the edge of the file. That is that on today's topic, care, uses and care of metalwork and tools. As we mentioned in summary, we mentioned the categories of metal hand tools we have, which are the measuring tools, the marking out tools, cutting tools, driving tools. Under the measuring tools, we have the steel rule, vernier calipers, micrometer, screw gauge. Under the marking out tools, we have the tri-square, the set of scribers, and the punches. Under the cutting tools, we have hacksaw, chisels, files, and so on. And under the driving tools, we have hammer, screwdrivers, spanners, and so on. That is that on today's topic. Thank you for joining us on today's online class. Stay safe, stay home, and have a nice day.